Welcome to Optimal Game State. Today we're going to do our monthly roundup looking at all the box game releases from Games Workshop. That is everything that's on screen currently. So if it's a game you play or if it's not, it might give you an idea of what's out there and what's coming out. All right, let's get straight into it. Killteam obviously had its big release recently with Hivestorm, and more recently, in this month of October, it got its starter box. So it's a really good starter box. It's got some Space Marines, and they're facing off against some Nurgle Plague Marines. The contents of the box is kind of stripped down. You do get a nice cardboard, but the scenery is all MDF, printed MDF, which is very, very interesting. So we haven't seen GW this before. That's a pretty big change. Now, what's after happening with this particular box, which is a starter box, is it's been sold out completely. It went really fast. Obviously, you're never quite sure whether that's a small supply run or whether it was just big demand. But I think basically experienced players really like what they're seeing here. So it's two solid kill teams, and yeah, they're ones that will be quite good and quite popular in the current variant. So hopefully this one gets restocked and hopefully we get to see it again. Along with that release, we also got a bunch of the existing kill teams re-released, and then the card packs going with them. So basically, GW are just going through the old versions they have to try catch up. Along with that, we got a bunch of PDF releases. So this is the Killteam app, so you can download that. But largely, it's just PDFs, which is handy all by itself. But more importantly, if you look on the Warhammer community, you will find PDFs for almost all of the various kill teams, so you can basically play the game with your existing models. You don't have to go out and get a brand new kill team. You can go down and download the rules straight away. So that's awesome. That I think that's everything now. I think we've got the rollout, but the new edition of Kill Team is good and ready to go. Over for Warcry, last month I did suggest that we had gotten the tree. We hadn't actually. It hadn't come out yet. So the tree only arrived in October, and that is the kind of big Warcry release. Also, we have the Warhammer Heroes range come out. Now, this isn't everywhere. So it is in some stores in the US, it is in Germany, it's in Singapore, some other places like that. But it's a relatively tricky release. There are some weird parts about this. So every time you open one of these boxes, you will get a model and you will get a Warcry card with it, which is awesome. However, the official Warhammer website, Warhammer community website, did say that you couldn't get the full set. So there's 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So there's 7 of them. And then a box has 8 in it. In previous Warhammer Hero editions, if you got the kind of case, if you got the box of boxes, you got 8 models, you're guaranteed to get 7 and then 1 duplicate. The Warhammer community website said this wasn't the case for this, and apparently the wizard on the right is the rare one. However, people have been getting their hands on them, and when they've been buying them, they bought the case, and it was the same as before. So it was 7 and then 1 duplicate. So to be able to get them all. So keep that in mind. As far as we're aware currently, you can get all of them by getting the case, but that isn't what GW suggested. Now, they're fun, they're nice models, they're not particularly exciting. There's kind of tweaks on the kind of standard core models that you have for Stormcast. If you have a look, I'll put some links in the comments in the description. I'll put some links in the description to some of the guys who actually review these models. They're fine. I'm not sure. You definitely don't want to buy them as a warband. They are part of the Thunderstrike warband themselves, so you can kind of incorporate them as just a normal model like that if you want. As an interesting aside, there is a Warhammer Heroes website. That Warhammer Heroes website does have a link in it, which links to the core rules for Warcry. All good. Those rules are the full rulebook, not the partial rulebook that GW have shared before. So GW are after officially releasing, with no fanfare, no mention, the full Gnarlwood rulebook. So the full Warcry 2nd edition rulebook. So check that out. Go have a look and download it just in case they made a mistake, and they update that later. Over for Legion Imperialis, We obviously got the Rise of Dark Mechanicum, and we got the Mechanicum Battle Group. So these are the rules, and then the models to actually play the Mechanicum, which is awesome. It's very, very interesting because this is the first time we've really delved into the war on Mars and the split between them. This is also the first time we've started to see Dark Mechanicum models and figures. So they haven't appeared in Horus Heresy 28mm game. They haven't really been covered in 40k, but hopefully that's something that we'll see as time goes on because people are really, really interested in Dark Mechanicum. Along with that release, we did also get these are value deals, I guess. So these are currently up there. So the one on the right, the manufacturer Imperialis sector, is just the same box several times, packaged as a deal. Similarly, on the left with the Titan battle group, we're getting a Warlord, a Reaver, and 2 Warhounds. And the price you're getting on it is a little bit better than you would before. And then the Night House battle group is just a bunch of knights. Again, for a slightly cheaper price than you would get. So these are boxed as Legion Imperialis, and the Dark Mechanicum book, The Rise of Dark Mechanicum, does actually have options on how to get more of your Titans in. So the Titans do have slots for the Mechanicum, which is nice, so you can incorporate them into your main battle group. Or alternatively, this book does actually give you Titan battle groups as your primary. So rather than taking them as an auxiliary, you can take them as your primary and then take some troops to hopefully capture some objectives. Not necessarily the most effective approach, but it's a fun way to play models. So these 2 releases are kind of really sneakily for Titanicus, and I haven't confirmed. Actually, let me see if I can find out. Okay, I'm back. So these do actually include the cards and whatever the thing for the Titans is called. For the life of me, I can't remember. The big card for Titans, and then it includes the little cards for the weapons as well, according to this, which is awesome. So these are basically Titanicus packs, but just being hidden as Legion Imperialis. So it's a good deal. If you are interested in both games, something that you might look at seriously. All right. So to sum up, we have had. So it was Killteam, it was Legion Imperialis, and it was. I didn't put in Warcry. There wasn't really much for Warcry in there. Necromunda is always taking along. Blood Bowl just had a release, so is in a good place. Warhammer Underworlds is obviously stuff going up for pre-order now. The new edition is out. So yeah, I think we're all looking good. Warhammer Quest is due an anniversary soon, I think, if it isn't already. So it would be interesting to see if they do anything with that soon. Anyway, that's it for October. Have a good week.
Thanks for making it all the way to the end. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Each week I put up a new video talking about one of Games Workshop's specialist games. The goal is always to try and make the best possible 2-player experience. If this is something you'd find interesting, please subscribe to the channel and comment to let me know what you'd like to see in future.